Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back for the RLIS Ascending Star Grand Final. This, if you may notice, I'm not Puddin or I'm not Enron. I am D-Lynch. Welcome back. I am the streamer for tonight, and due to some unfortunate circumstances, I am the sole caster for tonight. So it's going to be an interesting turn of events to see how this goes. So what we're going to try and do is get this started more or less as quickly as possible. So yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes in the end, because obviously two very exciting sets of lineups there, and it's going to be very interesting to see how both sets of players will get ahead. So let's see how it works. I am just telling the players to go ahead, get ready, get started. You know what? Why delay the inevitable any longer? We have the Saints, consisting of Mali. Wait. Okay, there we go. 1 second now. Let me update this graphic here. That graphic is not updating. That is brilliant. There we go. 1 second now. There we go. We have the right one. Apologies. It's a lot to try and remember straight away when you're doing everything by yourself and there's no one else to talk to try and cancel out. But we have a nice, lovely early goal for the Wolfhounds. Can Rory unfraud himself as a manager after what could be considered a disastrous season? But his own team here, which there was question marks at the start of the season with him subbing himself into Ascending Star to put him there, but he is showing all the haters wrong. He is proving everyone proving everyone they did, and that is brilliant by Rory. That's a great pass. Great shot by Mali. That's a brilliant save by the Saints. As we see here, though, that's a great dive again by Rory. Rory's seemingly really speedy right now, which that is unbelievable shot by Mali into the top corner. That doubles the lead of the Wolfhounds, and the Wolfhounds 3v3 would be considered their strongest game mode, and they are showing it right now. Rory maybe saying 3s isn't his strongest mode and that it is 2v2, but we all know he's 3v3 here. Let's see here. Rory nearly with the kickoff goal again. He has really proven good for his team so far. But we see a great fake up here by Flood. Flood, he's been around a while now. He's been around the scene for a long time here. He'll have a bit of experience on his back, where his two teammates might not have as much experience in this tournament setting. They might not. I don't know to their full extent, but Flood is definitely one with a lot of experience here. Don't know how much necessarily. Well, an RLS, he has one. I think he's a Rising Star champion before an RLS. I could be wrong. I'd have to double check that. But we see a miss on the backboard there, and Mali. Another goal for him straight away. And not even 2 minutes gone in this game, Wolfhounds are absolutely piling on the pressure right now. And Saints, lucky to even be in playoffs, many would say. After some, we'll say, interesting proceedings with the High Kings in league play. But then, to be fair, what you have to say, it doesn't matter how you get to playoffs, it just matters if you win. And they beat Giants. They beat Large Grady's Giants in Game 7 of the semi-finals, and you gotta give them credit. As you hear though, Mali going up there, going for the double touch, getting the triple tap. He can, and Artemis puts it on Shrew, and I forgot he was even here. But who cares about me? This is all about Artemis. That's a great double touch, triple tap by Mali. A beautiful dive by Artemis. Another man in this lobby with a plethora of experience. 4 goals to the good. It's not even half the game. Like, this is... oh, sorry, excuse me. bit of a sneeze there, but both sides. I don't know, this is giving me very similar-esque setting to what happened for the Saints in the All-Star final. If you are only tuning in now, you might not have seen that, but Rory booted off the crossbar right there. And it's going to be interesting to see how this takes a turn. Because if I were Saints right now, I'm not really going to be trying to win the remainder of this game. It's possible, not very likely, but it's trying to get your team in order and try and figure out, can you, what's the word? Just try and get a bit of momentum back in your side, whether that be by defending, not conceding, or maybe by scoring a few goals. Depends how the team form. Tree might be their weakest game mode, I'm not sure. But as we learned so miserably in that game 9 right there in that All-Star Grand Final, if you can't win a game of Tree, you cannot win the Grand Final. As the Saints ever so learned. And you know what, it's been a good period of like a minute and a half now where there's been no goals, which, look, you know, say the Saints are starting to short things up a bit. As you see the crowd double tap, Rory takes it off his teammate! Mali, I was fully convinced Mali was scoring that. We see a lovely infield right now by Artemis. Mali can't reach up to it, but it's not on target. Mali is looking like he is the real deal right now. And I think that was a bit of a nice little pass across. The Wolfhounds couldn't get to it. And the Saints are really gathering back some momentum with Flood with a lovely little pass there, or shot on target. Couldn't deficit to only 3 goals. Apologies for the little delay there. I did, unless you wanted all to hear me blowing my nose with a tissue, but I don't think we all want that. As we see Wolfhounds scoring another goal, scored by Rory. Okay, who's letting this man score? Okay, he actually has been playing well. I will give him credit when credit's due. Let's say it's, come on, anyone but him. I can't be too mean. That was meant to be Enron's duties, but emergencies have happened. So, might be joined by another individual later on. We will find out. But for now, the grand final waits for no man. Unless that man's name is D-Lynch. They did wait for me. But we will keep going here. 30 seconds remaining. And I'm just realizing I have chat off, so I can't... They can't tell me which game mode is next, but we'll find out. They'll just join the game and I'll just take it for the word. As you see though, that's some interesting last-ditch defense there. Now, as much as the Saints haven't looked impressive, there's a large chunk of this game where they've kept the, like... I'm just gonna stop talking because as soon as I was about to compliment them and say a lot of time they haven't conceded, they go straight away. 2 people missed the backboard read. Johnson can't get there. And Rory again. Okay, who's letting this happen? Oh my. I don't know why I'm surprised. Rory, I was talking to beforehand, and he was very, very confident in his team winning this final. Do you know what? Do you know what I love? I'd love either a 5-0 win for Wolfhounds right now, or a 5-1 win for Saints. I want this done as quickly as possible. But if we're lucky, we will have but if we're lucky, we will try and hopefully have a game 7. Game 7? Game 9. What am I talking about? Now, give me a second here. Let me... just do a little bit of map rotation there, you know, for the stream's sake. Oh, so... they have picked 1v1. I don't see a second player joining, so I'm going to say that it was 1v1 picked by by the Saints, and Certs, aka Nonchalant GC2, would be considered the strongest 1v1 for the Saint. And I was chatting with Rory earlier while I was acquiring lineups for both teams. Obviously, I gave no indication for either team who was being picked by the other, but this was Rory's master plan here to, how do I put it? The sacrificial lamb is probably the easiest way to to say this. The sacrificial lamb. As we see, Rory though coming back. Scored a nice goal there. Rory was using planning to sacrifice himself against Certs, but if he can get a game win here, that could be very, very impressive. So we have confirmation that I will be joined, at least for a small while, by another caster here in a second. And of course, lovely bits in chat of Rory being a Froliger. Let's go! Congratulations, everyone! Woo! Including by his own teammate. 1-1 with a minute. This is a very respectable scoreline by Rory. I don't, as far as I'm aware, Certs, he is actually a GC. He has been GC2. But Rory, he has countless experiences of 1v1ing myself, so I feel like I've helped with the training arc here over the years. I'm gonna take credit, even though I had nothing to do with this. If he loses, nothing to do with me. If he wins, it's all me. That's how it's gonna work, chat. Okay. And that is a great shot to the top corner by Certs. Rory can't really do much here. Gets the flick on target. It's a decent save there. Rory recovers well in net. But it's just... it does look like it's going wide, to be fair. It's a bit... it is a bit tricky for those bar downs in the corner, especially because it looks like it's just going to bounce out and all of a sudden it like vertically goes in. But we'll see. If the pace of this game can be kept fast, I think Rory has a chance. Because he's fine going at quick speeds, but like if Certs slows down this game, right, and uses his just superior mechanics, I do think Rory will struggle. But it's a nice little bit of 1v1 game player. 2 minutes to the game, only 2-1 now. It's a rather low score as we see Certs go into the air. That's a good flip reset, and Rory backflips. Oh, that is unfortunate, or should I just say a skill issue by Rory? I don't know. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if he's officially here yet. I see he has joined this call, but if he is alive, I'd like to welcome Edron back, everybody. Round of applause.
Thank you. Have you ever seen that WWE entrance song? You know, Eric Bischoff. It's like, I'm back, better than ever. Yeah, I'm back. Good to see you anyway. Give me the lowdown on the series so far. Looks like we're in game 2.
Game 2, Wolfhounds, a very, very dominant tributary display. A very similar-esque to Saints versus Giants. Mm-hmm. With the Saints in the same end of the battering and tributary. Mm-hmm. And Rory, while I was DMing earlier, it was his little plan here to try and match up with Certs as a sacrificial lamb of sorts, Rob. But he's only 1 goal down with 2 minutes left. He's actually doing very well for himself.
I'm shocked. This is crazy by Rory. He's actually keeping this very close. I will say my prediction, I didn't get to say it earlier, 5-3 to Wolfhounds. So looking goodish, I guess. I'm not really too sure yet. How bad was the beatdown in the threes? Was it bad?
I can't remember the exact scoreline, but it was.
Did it feel dominant, I guess?
Oh, no, it was extremely dominant by Wolfhounds. It was more or less the same as game 1 earlier.
Okay, cool. All right, well, you can take us away again, so, and Rory with another boneheaded challenge, by the way.
Bonehead challenge, a few backflips, some mechanical errors, but most importantly, he's not expected to win this. This was kind of his throwaway game to get an easier 1v1 win for one of his teammates later on in the series. And this is kind of what Certs has been up to. He is the mechanical player. He gets the reset. This is what we expect of someone who's hit GC2, Rob. A basic flip reset right over our lovely admin.
There's a lot of people who can GC2 that can't flip reset. Anyway, Rory, he's challenging very early there. That's quite risky, and yeah, a lot to learn there from Rory. I know he's not exactly a spring chicken. He's not young, like, but yeah, showing some lack of experience there. Yeah, like if you're saying that he was expecting and wanted to match up against Certs to give Mali an easy win, that's fair enough. If I was him, I would have put Mali up against Certs just to see who was the best player. But now we'll never know, I guess.
We'll never know. They might have faced off in league play. That I'm not too sure about. We might fact check that later. But either way, it's just two different RLIS strategies, really. It's exactly like a 1v1. If you do one thing, there's a counter to everything. We'll see here, though. That's a great delay flick, but it's hit off the crossbar. Rory being let off there a small bit, but he's going to put on the pressure. I'm saying here, Rory needs to keep this pace up in this game quick. If he can allow Certs to dominate and just slow down this game, and get demos and just slow down the play here, Rory is going to struggle big time. But if he speeds up this gameplay as much as possible, he will have a good chance here. Certs almost trying to freestyle on him, and the net's wide open. If Rory can counterattack quickly, he gets the bump, and he's cutting the distance down to 2 goals, Rob. Rory's actually performing well above standards right now.
Yeah, the only problem is it's not good enough. You know, I hate to be that guy. You're right, he's playing well. These two actually did play each other in league play, and Certs 2-0'd him, so this is expected, which you've obviously pointed out. But yeah, Rory, he wants to make this as easy for his team. You don't want to do what Giants just did and have a stressful series where you lost everything bar the threes. Threes does win titles, but like, if you lose one threes game, but you can't win any of the others, then it's not great. Let's see though.
No, not great indeed. And Rory, very little boost here. Decides to drop the ball. He gets a good 50 there, but has all the time and the space. He's going to take this ball to the skies again. But fakes it, goes low. That's a great challenge by Rory. That could be dropping in. That could be dropping in. And it does. It's off the crossbar down. 1 goal game, Rob.
Can Rory do it? Or will he do another Spursy thing where he'll concede 3 goals in the last 25 seconds or whatever? We'll find out. I'd say it's more of a Spursy thing, though. Yeah, but Spurs also just lost to Ipswich, you know, so you know, it's Spursy like.
I don't know, it'll be very interesting to see as
Good
kick off indeed. But Rory's got it past him. The net is open. Will he bottle it? He does it! It's a tied game, everyone!
Yeah, I wouldn't be celebrating too much now, Dave. You know, he could get you sacked here. You know, this Rory fella, if he wins this tier, you and Ryan are in trouble. Like, I mean, Ryan's in big trouble at the moment of getting sacked, and because he needs his team to win. So Rory could save himself, you know, from a humiliating, dreadful, disappointing season.
See, as we say, all that matters at the end of the season is playoffs, and there's plenty of managers who have only won 1 or no tiers. So if it's fairly evenly spread across the board, it'll be interesting to see. But Giants, they're looking well ahead right now. No, there's not enough time. I don't think he'll get around. That's a great demo. Can Rory keep it up? Oh, we have a 0 second time.
That guy's awful. Jesus.
Careful there, Ron. He is the server owner.
Oh, Rory, you tried to fake it. You bottled it.
No, he hasn't yet. He hasn't yet.
He has.
Oh, nah.
Spurs.
He'll be very disappointed in himself, and I've tried to teach this man to speed flip for years. He still doesn't even flip on the kickoff, Rob. He just drives up to it.
The old Dave Ford special. I gotta appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, he is Ford's kind of like, I suppose, spiritual successor, you know, after Ken. So yeah, I suppose it makes sense.
To give you a bit more info going into this.
Oh my
Saints,
god, someone doesn't know the rules. Sorry. Go on, continue.
Saints, going into this, right, we're very lucky to even be here, because only bar forfeit versus the High Kings on forfeit versus the High Kings in week 5, that led to the Saints just scraping into playoffs. But then they beat the #1 seed Giants in game 7.
Yeah. Dave, hold on now, Dave. Like, your High Kings team were not beating them anyway. They were 5th in the table, right? And they were terrible all season. And your player even refused to play because he hated his teammates so much.
Rob. The point, no, it's nothing to do with my team. It's the fact that they barely scraped in, right, compared to the other 3 teams. And then they go and beat #1 seed in game 7. So I'm just saying it's anyone's possibilities I wasn't making this bet myself. I was just trying to implore their good run.
No.
You're just winding me up now.
Saturday was having the Sunday blues, from what I heard from his manager. So, yeah, I mean, Wolfhounds are kind of similar though. I mean, like, they didn't have an exactly stellar league play, right? Both teams were 7 and 8. They lost more series than they won, and yet they're in the final, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. But Wolfhounds were, especially in 3v2, Rory has always been extremely confident in this team, which I can see why they're. Wait, actually, Saints are winning. What has happened? This isn't the plot.
I was about to say, were you lagging? Because you were like, oh, he's got a lot of confidence in his teammate who just gets beaten out by a challenge and Rory gets demoed. I was like, geez, that was the most appropriate day of timing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it is. I'm too tired. I've been up to 6 AM at work. It is fine, but
that is,
we'll continue.
that is poor, fair. I don't blame you.
I was in a lovely Ennis for 9 AM this morning for the lovely food. So don't rewatch that first game of a solo cast. It is rambling, but we will continue. As we see Mali, he is known for taking his mechanics so far in this tier. He goes for the musty, but it doesn't really have any height on it. Just goes straight back. Artemis now going off the ceiling.
Panic.
And that is probably one of the most mechanical things I've seen Artemis do in years, Rob.
He's got no game sense outside of threes, I'm not surprised. But he's a very good threes player, to be fair. And he's just shown why. Whoever that was in net, that is one of the worst Rocket League rotations I've ever seen in my life. It was Flood.
Just as I was giving Flood credit in that game number 1 for his experience, unfortunately, doesn't really prove too useful in that regard. But we're going to see here now. Wolfhounds, they're not really showing the same dominance they did in that game 1. I think Saints are after figuring them out a bit their play style. What we see here though, bit of missing in the midfield. Let's go past by Rory, but that's a terrible shot on target by Mali. He's caught him a boost now, and Johnson hits the post. He can't get out. Flood hits it over. It's a quick counter-attack opportunity for Wolfhounds, but they bottle it again. And Flood, he gets the touch over Mali. He doesn't have any boost. I think it's in, Rob. It's not. That is a great save.
That is Mali, guys. Got techers. We know that from Championship. He's one of the only players to like impress me in terms of his ability to actually catch a ball and like not do something stupid with it consistently. So yeah, Mali's one of the only guys who probably doesn't need an intense course from LTX Academy. You know, the rest of these guys probably do.
That is true. As we say, I've been said it a few times tonight, a lot of these players especially, even anyone from Superstar all the way down to Rising Star, LTX Academy is the way to go. As we see with many of the stars here.
Rory?
It is fine, Rob. It is all part of the plan. As we see Mali going for the air dribble. That's a great save by Cert. And an interesting touch there by Johnzer, but it's put up in the midfield. Mali back on defense alone. He's going to have to try and buy some time for his captain and manager. But that's a good bump in the backfield there. Ball's put mid. No one's there, though. There really needs to be someone challenging that for the Saints. As we see here. A good push up there. And we're seeing Wolfhounds. I feel like Wolfhounds, they're tending just to dominate that small bit more, Rob.
Yeah, Rory's looking very nervous, though, I have to say. I'll not just say that just to wind him up. Yeah, he is looking kind of nervous. Like, his touches so far have been kind of poor, so we'll see. Looks like Mali's DC'd, does he? He has.
Oh, that could tide the table, turn the tide of this forever. Because in that game number 1, Rory was actually their best player, Rob. He was creating more or less all of their goals. So maybe that's the difference maker right now. That Rory's feeling a bit nervous and his team aren't firing on all cylinders as often. But currently at 2v3, Mali is DC'd. I suppose if there's a DC to happen, 3v3 is probably the best game mode for it to happen, Rob, because it's very unlikely, but it's still possible to 2v3. A lot easier than obviously a 1s or 2s game.
Plus, Johnzer has been lagging consistently since about 3 minutes left. So, I mean, they're basically 2v2ing right now, kind of. So, yeah, this is a big chance now for the Saints here to do something special. You need to be very careful not to push up too high here, Artemis and Rory. Like, they need to, like, really... Like, it's not like 2s where, you know, you have to literally account for the third player, so you have to rotate really deep every time. You can't do stupid stuff like this, Artemis.
It's fine, though, because it's interesting, because Mali, it's the first rounder Mali that is disconnected. That's an interesting double. A bit of a double jump by both the teammates, and Rory ends up just passing it straight down. Probably wasn't expecting such a weak hit from Johnzer, but
poor from Rory though.
It
Yeah,
is
sorry,
very
to
poor.
touch him, but like Rory's touch is bad there. Like it's a really bad touch. Like he doesn't have to flip into it or anything. Just sit behind it. Just sit behind it. Don't try and flip past it. Don't try and like push it out. You know, we all know like from playing Rocket League now for a while, at least at the higher levels. Just get a 50. Do you know?
I think it was just a mistouch more than anything. It was poor nonetheless, but Rory jumping the ball there gets bumped.
Hello?
Like Saints, they're not capitalizing though as much as they probably should be, Rob. The Wolfhounds, they're giving them good chances, but like Saints probably should be scoring more. That's a good demo by Rory. I just can't get there. They just need to run at the clock now. 10 seconds remaining. That's a good 50 there by Johnsler. But now the question is, has Mali's internet gone? Has he just DC'd? PC crashed? We don't know, but it will be more looking like a technical timeout really for
Yeah.
Wolfhounds.
For the Wolfhounds, yeah. Like it's tricky. I mean, I will say this: that's the first time the Saints have won a 3 series ever. By the looks of it, I'm obviously joking a little bit there, but it feels like all night I've just been watching the Saints get slapped, and then the one time I'm away, they get slapped as well, and now they finally won one. So yeah, good play by Certs there. But yeah, they gotta get Mali back in here. They gotta do it soon. I wonder what's happening with him, but yeah, difficult for me to say anything else. When it was 3v3, it did. You're kind of right. It did feel like Wolfhounds kind of had a bit of an edge, but it wasn't like clear. It wasn't like the All-Star game where we saw that like Irish Giants were kind of, you know, making a mockery of the Saints in that one. It was a lot closer, and this one was kind of like the fourth and fifth threes games there. But yeah, his PC crashed. Cool, good to know. So we have a bit of time probably to talk a bit more about this, but yeah, like I went with a 5-3 here and I went to Wolfhounds. Saints are already looking to prove me wrong here. What do you think? Was 5-3 optimistic?
Was 5-3 optimistic? No, it's still very possible for 5-3. And actually, oh, Mali's already back in, is he? Oh, yeah, very.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, his PC was after crashing, but we're straight back in to this 2v2. But I would say you weren't optimistic, you weren't optimistic. No, you were optimistic. I don't think you were wrong with what you were saying, is what I'm trying to say. But
Okay.
we'll just get straight into this game because I can't comprehend the English language, as we see here. That's a good touch by Mali, and Flood is playing in this 2v2 game, so I can imagine that Wolfhounds would be favourite. Rory obviously stepping in for the twos here. I don't know, he kind of backs himself as a good twos player here as his best game mode. So he just really has to try and enable Mali as much as possible. That would be the goal. And we see a good musty flick coming out from Cert, sorry. But Flood getting the good cut. Mali left alone by Rory, but has some good defense there. Rory taking it upside the pitch here. Going to try and create some space. Ah, and the lack of communication with Mali. They both go for the ball. They both leave it for each other. And this could be capitalised, but no. Hit up to the backboard. Rory misses again. He's looking a bit nervous again in this game 3, Rob.
Yeah, parking him later, he's reversing and everything there, and he's lucky that Certs can't bury it because he's kind of leaving Mali in a very difficult spot right now. So yeah, good finish by Certs, good pass by Flood. Flood's cutting a lot, and it's kind of working for them at the moment because Rory looks really nervous. So yeah, he'll be getting it from me in admin chat later if he loses this. I'll be winding him up about how he's definitely going to get sacked because if he doesn't win this, I can't see how he doesn't get sacked. He has been dreadful this season as a manager.
And I think for the public, or at least for the staff public, Rob, we hereby decree it must be at least in a mods chat. But as we see, it's gonna be interesting to see how the team dynamics works because I don't know how much twos either team have played with each other, but Rory is looking quite nervous, which could hinder his team. As you see though, he's trying to speed up the gameplay here. That is when Rory typically plays his best, when he is going quick, when he doesn't have to think too much about the slow mechanics. But the ball bouncing up there, Mali trying to get one touch there. Ball's put on target. That's a great 50 there by Flood.
50. Yeah, bad one by Rory. It was really dumb.
It was dumb. Good by one, bad by the other. That is generally how those 50s end up working. Mali gets a good 50 there, but he kind of just gives the ball away in the end. Rory up for the pinch. He takes him set out. Rory cannot be doing this. He cannot be leaving Mali in 2v1 so often. He got us not commit as much. And that's a good pinch out. Half the game gone, Rob, and still only 1 goal to the good.
Yeah, but Wolfhounds aren't offering anything in attack, which is what I'm worried about. Yeah, Mali hasn't offered anything either, so I'm not going to be too critical of Rory just yet. With touches like that, though, dear lord, it's like he's trying to get sacked.
He could be sacked indeed, but only time will tell, because he was very confident of winning this final, so if the 4th seed come and upset him, we will not have a very happy boy in staff team later, but
yeah.
That's a great control by Mali. Now, oh, that's a brilliant 50. This is the sort of stuff we want to see from 1v1 opportunity. Fakes it, goes low, can't get the bump. Oh, I feel like he just needed to let rip the musty, let rip a shot there. He was in. But that is exactly what we need to see from Mali. We need to see more of that. More of that exact type of offense, Rob, is what Mali needs to keep doing to have Wolfhounds potentially lead. Let's see here, though.
Yeah, look, I don't know what to say so far. I'm watching Rory, and I'm just wondering how, just how, like, as a player, he's playing. I've never watched Rory for too long. And I always wonder. In 3s, he's kind of solid, but in 2s, do you know, in 1s, he was kind of good earlier, but that's completely on Mali, though. That is a boneheaded challenge there, and another member of our staff team has let himself down, and yeah, the Saints looking like 3-1, so yeah, I mean, I'm going to need Wolfhounds to come true for me to get that prediction right.
You really need Rory. You really need your fellow admin to step up to help that prediction look good, because I don't know, Rory. I've heard Rory tell me before he thinks 2v2 is his best game mode, and me and various others instantly told him, no, you're wrong. It's 3v3. He's deluded himself. Huh?
You were going to say CK, I know that.
I was not.
I can hear the C on the top of your tongue. I can hear it.
I was not going to say any such thing, Rob. CK may have said this, but we'll have to see. 40 seconds left, more or less. And that's a good pass up to Flood. He fakes it with no boost, and he misses as well. And that's just compounding errors by both teams, really, and no one hits the ball, and it just rolls in.
To be fair, Mali again put them in a really difficult spot. Like, and this is more on Mali so far in terms of like who's making the errors that are really killing their teammates. And I expected more from Mali, to be honest with you. Disappointing so far.
It's a bit interesting because from what I've seen, I think it's more they're both Rory and Mali are doing the exact same thing. I just see a great low 50 by Mali. 30 seconds. It's not over. Not over just yet, but I feel like they're both doing the exact same thing, Rob, leaving each other in 1v2s. It's just I think they're capitalizing more when Rory's left on defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that is, I suppose, how it goes when you have your first rounder versus your third rounder in defense. And the fake kickoff, oh, they go for the Spanish, but it doesn't work out. And they bump each other, and the net is open. You know what? We like the attempt of a variation in kickoff strategies. Shenanigans, as I like to say it, but they didn't shenanigan just enough. Rob.
Listen, we focus a lot on Wolfhounds this game being poor, but I have to give props to Flood in particular. He's been playing very well.
No, we do.
His midfield pressure has been good. Now look, Sertz is obviously the carry. He's been outstanding so far, and he's been getting all the goals, I think. Yeah, he has. And like, but Flood's making some really good challenges. Like again, there, like see how quick he was up to that, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't play the game a whole lot, and he's looking like he's maybe a bit too good for this tier.
Flood, as I did say, has lots of experience, but Flood, he's doing everything he needs for his teammate. He's just, as you see, a bite of a shot. Is that in? Oh boy, Flood! Like, Flood, he is doing exactly what his teammate needs. He's challenging quickly, he's forcing cuts, and he's just giving Sertz the ball. But, in the words from Flood himself, he is the best. And in his accent, if someone can imagine this, he is the best, as he often says many a time. And he's proven it right now, Rob.
Yeah, he's playing well. Scoreboard shows Sertz was hugely dominant. I mean, he was. But I expect that. He's meant to be one of the best players in the tier. Yeah, really big for Saints. Flood is helping his buddy Ryan out at the moment. Because it'll either be Ryan or Rory in prime position to get sacked after this one. Because this is their last series that both these guys have a team in RLIS finals. So, yeah, great performance by Sertz and Flood. Sertz is looking like he's worth every single like bit of, I guess, money. I suppose if there was money that you could put on an RLIS player, he's worth his pick in the first round. In Ascending Star, he's probably good enough maybe to step up the Shooting Star from what I've seen, especially in 2s. He's been very, very good. Let's see though. We're back to 3s. If Mali doesn't disconnect, I'll actually get to see a full 3s game between Wolfhounds and Saints, and I'm actually excited for that. So let's see.
If I were you, I'd watch back that first game at a certain time. Maybe not the stream version, but definitely just the replay of it, because it's Wolfhounds. They just, I don't know whether it was Saints being banned or Wolfhounds just looked unbelievable, but it was nutty like what we've seen so far, Rob. Just an absolute domination by Wolfhounds, as we're going to go back into a 3v3.
Someone's missing. Yeah.
I feel is it Mali again?
I have no idea.
It is Mali. No, it's not Mali. Who's missing?
Oh, well, Mali's getting water, apparently. I'm not sure he's actually missing from the lobby. Oh, no, there's only 8 of us, sure, because you're casting and streaming.
That is true.
Yeah.
I have the chat off for the stream purposes, so I would not know that information. But thank you for filling that in. But they're actually back, Rob, so we'll begin straight into this. And based on your predictions earlier, you're going to say Wolfhounds are going to win 4 games in a row?
Oh, you mean Saints? But no, I mean, I hope Wolfhounds win this, so we have an exciting series, because if they don't, match point.
You said Wolfhounds 5-3, didn't you?
No, sorry, I said Wolfhounds 5-3, but Saints have won 4 in a row, right? So they need to...
No, this is game 5 now, so it's only 3-1 to Saints. So your prediction's still on, Rob?
Oh my god, what a save. Yeah. I know, good, yes, I hope it is still on. It is indeed, yeah, you're right, yeah. They need to win the next 4, and yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see. Look, I can't say. I haven't seen enough yet, but they're already looking very quick, aren't they? They are.
This is what they looked when they're playing their best. As you see, Rory going absolutely quick here and trying to speed up the play. I've said it time and time again, they play their best when they're going quick. That's a great air from Mali. Forces 2 commits from the defense, but Artemis dives. That is a good feature from all 3 players in these teams. They love a good dive. Well, that's a great demo there.
Mali.
And that's just a poor touch in the midfield. Wastes all his boost and just gives it away. That's a good touch by Flood, but gets bumped. Oh, that's a great bump by Rory there. Mali gets the 50. He's not going to try and go up. That's very quick by Artemis, but he just ends up passing the ball away. A minute left, Rob, and it's very frantic end-to-end stuff.
Yeah, Wolfhounds are controlling the midfield, though. So I think you're right when you said that they kind of dominated that game that I didn't see. So they're looking good at the moment. Artemis, of course, whenever you have him on your team, no matter what the level is, he's just going to play full speed, you know. Supersonic, probably like 1700 units of Rocket League, whatever the speed is, Unity units or whatever it is. And yeah, whatever it is. And that guy he's just always zooming around the place 100 miles an hour. So yeah, but they have to start scoring these because Saints have been clinical.
They have been clinical indeed. They just need that one sniff of a chance, and they'll be a bit like a prime poacher in the box. Just all they need is that one chance, and they will score their team that winning goal. But we see here though, bit of miscommunication there, bit of missing, and we see a boom on net. And Rory might have actually saved it, but he was trying to pass it.
It was going to be saved. Yeah, no, it was definitely going to be saved. But what Artemis should have done was he should have passed it in the midfield to Mali. There was an open pass there, and dear Lord, it actually kills me when people don't look for passes anymore. It's such a sad state in Rocket League now that people just go for resets and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, we won't talk about that.
You gotta remember, we are in Ascending there, Rob. The solo player just hit ball as hard as possible, which, you know...
I swear to do that in every tier, but anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is prime D-Lynch ball at its finest, Rob, but...
I was gonna say shark ball, but anyway, the resets and everything.
I was gonna say prime D-Lynch for just booming the ball, but we'll see here. As that's a great challenge by Rory. It's kind of starts low boost, pops up on him, and Artemis just being his annoying little self that he loves to play, annoy the enemies. As you see here, Rory left alone in defense. That's a good enough 50, but he buys himself his teammate enough time. That's good control by Artemis. That's a great demo by Jonzer. As we see here, Mali slowing the play down, no boost. Rory trying to speed this back up again. That's some great defense by Flood. A rather poor touch out, but he manages to find the pass off to Jonzer. Ball just pops out there. That's some nice little control by Certs. He's really looking to try and slow this down when he can, buy his team time. And Rory again, really quick up in the midfield. He is looking absolutely speedy, Rob.
Yeah, he is. Mali at the moment, if we were playing international rules or Aussie rules, as the Irish know it, he would have had 2 wides. And if you have to think about it, right? there's like, what, 4 or 5 goalposts in that, and he's managed to put it wide still. Like, he's taken 2 shots and they've gone to the corner. He needs to work on his shooting. LTX Academy, Mali, hit him up, hit up Sam. He'll give you some coaching, and that's for everyone else who can't shoot the ball. Sam is the guy. He knows his stuff. Nice.
And brilliant by the Wolfhounds. That the one true moment. They actually use their brain for a second on their score, Rob. It's a brilliant idea.
Well, I like how Artemis went for a demo. He's a guy to just he's just a, I suppose he's just a destroyer, I guess, as a player, right? He just loves going in and just tackling. If he was a soccer player, he'd be in N'Golo Kante. He's just going around the field 100 miles an hour, just tackling everything. What a pass!
Brilliant. As we say, the Wolfhounds actually use their brains, pass the ball, look for some smart like bumps and stuff, and great pitch pass by Mali.
Yeah, a bit fortuitous, but you know what? I always say to Artemis, and I say it to every player in Championship when I'm playing with them, if you're not in the middle, you're never going to get the ball passed to you. And Artemis is waiting in the middle, and he got the ball passed to him. So yeah, again, hit up Sam, LTX Academy. He'll teach you the basics of how to play 3s. And there's a lot of guys out there that can play 2s these days, because that's the main game mode in Rocket League. But yeah, most of them can't play 3s.
If you're not in it, you can't win it, Rob, as they say. But again, Wolfhounds, I know it's only over the last 30 seconds or so, and it's more, could be some mistakes on the Saints' part, but Wolfhounds, they're looking exactly a bit dominant again, just like they were in that game 1. But that's a interesting defensive technique by Flood, but it gets the job done in the end. Tries to get one touch out. He does, but only as far as Mali, who again, he's just kind of passing the ball to them a bit too often. He's not using too much of the opportunities when he gets them. And Flood up really quick and dusts Mali to the ball.
My big ball.
Good opportunity, but it's just wasteful again. They go for that 1v1 opportunity instead of playing the smart, I say the smart percentage play, as they would call it. But 5 seconds left, Rob, and Wolfhounds gonna take this game 5, and it's looking like we could be in for another long series for the night, Rob.
Absolutely. I don't know how much you've talked about the transfers or the whole Vapo situation.
No, not mentioned at all.
Yeah, so let me go into it in a little bit of detail, I suppose. Like, Vapo, obviously, once again, in many ways, just a disappointing individual in terms of showing up to tournaments and just causing trouble. And he got booted from RLIS this season. He got banned from it in other tournaments as well. So Flood, he was actually the 3rd rounder, and Johnzer is actually in Rising Star. I think, did Johnzer play in the final? No, well, he was in Rising Star anyway, so he subbed up. Now, Johnzer in that game, to be honest with you, he was really poor in that game there, that game 5. So obviously we're going into, what is it, the 1s now? Okay, so Rory's team got the pick, and they've gone with the 1s. Fair enough. So Mali versus Johnzer, and I can't see how Johnzer wins this either, but he was really poor in that one. But I think it's just important to talk about it. You know, they're not playing with a proper Ascending Star team, so the fact that they're even here is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, as in the fact that they come 4th in league play, then they beat the #1 seed in game 7, all while playing a Rising Star, a 3rd round Ascending, and the 1st round Ascending. Like, it's, if they win, it's actually it's kind of like a fairy tale run, Rob. You'd have to say. But as a nice little early goal to the good for Johnzer, and a bit poor by Mali.
Yeah, early in the one game. Wouldn't bring too much of it just yet. You don't want to much points. You know whatever happens, you know, you get games to win. You know. Yeah. So yeah. Wolfhounds are relying on Mali here, aren't they? Because he is their only player with the flair. That's what I call it, right?
Yeah, the flair, the special, the specialness, the fear factor, the X factor, we'd call it. But it's interesting to see because that's a nice little wave dash by Mali, kind of fakes out Johnzer. But what you gotta remember, Rob, is some of these habits we've seen from Mali the whole time so far. So it's really, can he fix these little habits and really take control of this game? But I think, especially in a 1v1, it is only the 1 5-minute game, but what you gotta remember is it's all the mental side. Both players, we know they have mechanics, we know they'll be able to do roughly what they want with the ball, but it's when they're losing, when they're down a few goals, can they come back? It's all that mental side, that's what's most important. As you see, Johnser just gives the ball away to Mali. And I feel like he's going to try and take it to the air now, but no. Just puts a quick shot on target. And
risky.
Bit risky. He nearly pitches it straight into his own net, but he's trying to get a bit of speed, momentum going.
You look back though there, did you see that? Like, he's wave dashing on the wall, or chain dashing, or whatever this Johnser fella. Like, these guys these days, they learn... Oh, I'm not going to say the wrong thing, because long term, being able to do mechanics like that is going to be amazing for your Rocket League game. But, like, the fact that they're able to chain dash and speed flip and all this, but they can't do the basics, is kind of crazy, but anyway. I always have to laugh at that, you know?
You do. And for a purposeful for the stream, what is the most advanced mechanic you can do, Mr. Enron?
Oh dear. I learned how the half flip there at the start of the year again. Probably that.
No double tap, no Enron backboard clears.
Oh well, double tap backboard clears. That's all standard. Like an air dribble, no air roll air dribble, proper monkey moon special. They call it the Enron air dribble in RLI, but yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, the half flip is advanced mechanics. This is our advent, everyone. as we see here, Mali. I think Rory would have expected Mali to be winning by a lot more at this stage than just the one goal, as we're kind of nearing the halfway point. And that's a bit of a backflip. That's really poor by Mali, and Johnser ties it all up, Rob.
Yeah, considering this is the sub up, you know, this guy's not even meant to be here, and yet he's here and he's kind of showing up big. Mali needs to win this.
I will.
You know, because yeah, go on.
I was gonna say, I will say from experience of seeing Johnser play and from just different opportunities, while he may be a sub up, he probably could have been an ascending star to begin with, so I don't think it's too much of a surprise that he is doing well in the steer up.
Haven't seen him playing him in 6-mans a lot. I would say if it's based on 3s, I would disagree with that strongly. But in 2s and 1s, I can imagine he'd actually be able for this tier. But his 3s is, yeah, it's a bit weak for this tier, I would say. And I mean, they kind of showed in the last series. I mean, he, what, 50 points with like 30 seconds left? So
another dealing special, as they say in round. But Mali has an opportunity to score, but just puts it all off there. That's a good shot on target by Johnser, and that is a brilliant shot. Oh my, he is showing exactly why he has the mechanics behind in this tier with the best, Rob.
Rory sweating by. Good play though by Johnser. Really good shot. I think Mali scored that in the end by touching the back game. His save was really poor though from Mali. Like, kind of questionable mechanics there on the save, so yeah. Yep, we're only halfway through. No need to panic yet if you're Rory, but if you're Ryan, you are kind of happy now because you had a disappointing night. You got clapped around in the 3s all night long. He's looking for his fellow Donegal man Flood to save him, and he's looking for this Johnser guy to step up, and they're doing it at the moment.
They're doing it at the moment, indeed, and that's a great 50 by Mali. But he just needs to, if he recovered a slow bit quicker, he would have got there and potentially be able to take another goal bound shot. But Johnser doing the smart move, not taking it properly to the air, and that's kind of one of the major differences. Another poor attempt by Mali, but that's kind of the differences in these playstyles. Some are very grounded, some like aerial based, but the net is open for a second if he can counter-attack quickly, and he's done much better that time, Rob.
Good shot from Mali. He's looking a bit shaky though. He's looking nervous, I won't lie. Johnser looks like he's kind of been here before, at least in the 1s. He's kind of playing quite calm, relaxed. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't like to be Rory. I think I'd rather be Ryan right now. You're up in the series, 3-2. You got no pressure. You've got a team of a 3rd rounder, a 1st rounder, and a guy from Rising Star. You know, no matter what, your team has done well by just getting here. Rory's team have all the pressure in the world on them.
As they say, Ascending Star is the new All-Star. So Ryan will be winning this series, as the old saying goes. But Johnson really with an insane double tap there, and Mali. He's choosing to attack very slow, and that's a great challenge. The net is open for Johnser if he can find it, but oh, I can't get it on target. And Mali playing his 1v1 slow here, takes it off to the sidewall. Going to see if he can maybe potentially go to the air, but no, hits it straight into Johnser, sends it towards the other wall. He's going to try and take some good control there. That's a great demo by Johnser, and if he just waits for the bounce off the back wall, it's in. Oh, Enron, he nearly missed. He nearly.
What is Mali doing here though? What are those mechanics? I mean, or the lack of mechanics? Jeez, I wouldn't do that. Lovely cans wouldn't do that. Why is he like jumping onto the wall and like half flipping with a wave dash onto it? It makes no sense. It's slowed him down as well. I got him demoed. Mali's gonna be kicking himself if he loses this.
I think more importantly, Rory will be kicking him if he loses this 1v1. I really be sweating right now if I were Rory. But let me see here.
He missed the boost.
He missed the boost. Oh, that's a poor flick by Johns there. When it mattered most. Oh, that's an important touch there though. Mali. Oh, that's a brilliant 50. Can he get it in? He can. That is brilliant. Oh, Johnson probably should have got a better 50 here. Maybe just slow down as well. He didn't need to full dive for that ball. Mali didn't really have any control to be able to do too much with it, but we're all tied up again around 24 seconds. This is going to be a very interesting 1v1 as we see the kickoff goal. No, he's not there.
Smart from Johnson.
Can he do
Mali
it?
won't get around us.
Oh,
Johnson,
no.
what are you doing? Oh no, all he do is just not do anything. He couldn't score it. He just bumped him into it. He did everything right, and then he was just like, I'm actually just going to hit you with this play. Bang.
It was going on target anyway. John's there was very similar to what I told him he should have done before, which it nearly worked, but that's a great. We could see another kickoff goal here if he gets on target, and he does, Rob. Oh, kickoff goal central. This is pure 1v1 at its finest.
I hate ones. It is the worst game mode in Rocket League. It is so bad. It's so boring. I even hate casting it, but you know what? We're here to do it tonight, just for all of you, because it's the final. So yeah, I suppose it's a lovely goal because it's ones.
Well, no, it's a triggering goal is what it is, Rob, but it's a nice goal for the purposes of maybe forcing an overtime. Oh, that's a brilliant save by Johnson. Oh, boy. Oh, he pre-jumped it, and it worked in his favor. Mali trying to freestyle on him, and that he must have some guts to be able to try and do that when it's this little here. He's gonna shoot. Is it on target? It is. Why did Johnson turn? He just needed to keep going back.
See it. Oh, Johnson.
Oh, I'm at a loss of words for this, Rob. I'm at a loss of words.
3-3. My prediction's still on.
Still on.
We just need Wolfhounds now to win, what is it? Next 3. Yep. Next 2, rather. So, yeah, 3-3. We're going 3s next. It's the Wolfhounds, kind of Haven. Will we get Champions Field? Let's find out. But, yeah. Not sure what to read into that, to be honest with you. I think Johnson did very well against Mali. He stepped up a lot, but he needs to do it in the 3s, because he's been absent in the 3s in the last series that I saw. He was nothing, like he wasn't doing anything in the game. If he can do what he did in the 1s here and show up to that kind of level, they got a great chance, because Flood and Certs especially. Certs has been fantastic all day so far. I
arguably think Johnson should have won that. I think he had more shots. I think Johnson probably should have won that one field, to be honest. I would be, if you're saying so, I might be kicking yourself there, but I suppose they're content with their position so far. As you see there, a lovely fake by Flood. A rather poor flick attempt, but Wolfhounds are kind of getting crisscrossing each other's tracks right now. Let's see, good pass in field.
Mali.
And Mali misses again. He's looking rather shaky.
Oh,
I think Rory's passing on the nerves to his teammates, Rob. He's not instilling confidence in them. That's a brilliant 50 by Certs. It can't bump the defender in time. Passes in field there. But only as far as Artemis. Hits it back to the field there, and we're going to see here though an opportunity though. That's great, pal. That's just a great boom up infield, I should say. But nearly a minute gone, Rob, and Wolfhounds, they're looking very shaky, very shaky.
Yeah, they're tied up in the series, right? 3-3. Let's see. I see someone in the chat there, I think it's Ryan, saying Johnzer's on bad ping. He was earlier on, but he hasn't been the last 2 games. He's currently on 60, and he's been on that for the last 2 games, just so you know. He wasn't the 3s that they won. He was on high ping, but that was the 3v2. But anyway, his ping's okay at the moment.
It's okay at the moment, but we see Rory. That's a great little pass off, but that's a brilliant save by Flood. Certs just going to boom this out there. That's a great shot on by Rory. He nearly finds the target. Oh, come at the hour, come at the man. Can Rory step up and really lead his team? Artemis trying to find the ball infield, but he only finds it as far as Certs, who intercepts that pass there. Mali. That's a brilliant 50 here. Flood left alone. Gets it past one. Beats another man. Left Rory alone on defense. They have a moment to capitalize here. Flood proving that his experience is key. He's doing a bit of an Ireland Sonic, going a million miles an hour the whole time, but he's proving a lot better results as it stands. And Artemis gets a little whiff there on the backboard, but then a great pinch in his old fashion there. That's a good boom down infield. Mali a bit awkward there. Halfway left, Rob, and who do you think's going to crack first? Off!
Well, there's your answer.
I had to refrain myself earlier, just like Captain Pudding from swearing, as I nearly did it there. It's the caster's curse again. Oh, I just need to stop talking, Rob.
Yeah, he's definitely been the MVP of this final, by the way. Regardless, like unless Wolfhounds win, and well, I guess we probably have to give it to a Wolfhounds player. Certs has been the best player on this field out of all 6 players by quite a margin. It's not like the Tech Neo one earlier, where it was arguable whether Tech Neo, Epics, or Sosa could have gotten it, in my opinion. This time it's definitely like Flood has like a small case, I think, but Certs has been so good.
He has. My opinion of that final earlier is that none of them deserved it. None of them deserved MVP. But
yeah,
we'll see. I think Flood, he's been playing quite well so far. He's been the difference maker so far in 2s and 3s for his team, but we'll see. Certs has been kind of quietly, not quietly, going about his business, but he's expected of that, Rob. He's their tier 1. Tier 1. First rounder, we'll say. What we see here. Bit of an interesting attempt by Jonzer here. That's a good challenge by Certs. Mali. Nice little 50 in the end. 50's back to his teammate. 4 pass. That's a good dive by Artemis, but can only find it there. Oh, Rory passing the ball infield, but no one's there. Oh, nearly the own goal by Artemis, but you know what? Wolfhounds, they get away with one there. They were really lucky to still be in this. Not down 2 goals there. What we see here, Mali trying to air dribble this out again. Takes ball up. Oh, he's trying to get another flipper set off it. He just can't. Quick counter-attack opportunity here for the Saints. That is an unbelievable shot by Jonzer! And he doubles the lead. And I think it was Rory couldn't get back to it. But the Saints are dominating right now, Rob.
I don't know if it was in. Was it in? Did Rory just score that for him?
I don't know. It looked in, but it was close.
Rory's going to be kicking himself. The Wolfhounds can't win a 3 series. My prediction's about to be broken. My prediction streak of 2 series is going to be broke. Unless something big happens.
So what we're hearing is Enron doesn't know ball. Is that what we're hearing?
No. I'm just going to have to hold my hand up and say I don't know ball.
It is what it is though. But Mali, shakily, but he does get the save in the end. And now he'll be looking to start this counter-attack here. Driving the ball forward, but that's a good chance by Jonzer. Flood, again, showing exactly the 2v2, what he's doing well. Those little midfield cuts. I mean, that's a great touch by Certs, the back wall.
Oh, the double commit, Jesus.
Double commit, and Rory tries to boom, demo the midfielder. It's not in yet, but it goes low. Oh, it was in. It was rolling slowly, but Artemis just finishes it off. The Wolfhounds really are their own worst enemy right now, Enron.
Yeah, on this goal, Rory, it's not his fault. Artemis and Mali double commit in the corner. Might need a Red Bull, the both of them. And then they both missed the ball basically on defense. Really bad read by Mali. Like a shocking read, to be honest with you. Great guy, Mali. You do good graphics for us, but your Rocket League needs a bit of work after that one.
And if you're like Mali and your Rocket League needs some work, you can head on over to the LTX Academy and get some top tier coaching. And, you know, it was too perfect to set up, Rob. You didn't even mean it, but it was too perfect to set up to not give a shout out to lovely LTX Sam and his academy, where some of the best players in Ireland have been trained by him, all the way from bronze up to SSL. And he can certainly help you achieve your goals. Ain't that right, Enron?
Absolutely. Well, he's done it to many players. Look, Sam's a good guy. He's been around the community as long as anyone now at this stage. He knows ball. He's been 2K before, way back in the day, and look, he was a hell of a player before his hands decided to go poof. So, yeah, head over to LTX Academy, hyping coaching in the Discord. You'll see a post there by Sam. I think you could set up a free consultation with him. for a little 15-minute chat and see whether or not he can work something out with you. Good guy, knows ball. Head over there. Shocking performance by Wolfhounds. Saints, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. All of them played very well in that game there. Johns are stepped up. As soon as he steps up, they look like a different team. And yeah, we're going in now to game 8. Certs versus Johns, or Mali versus Artemis is my prediction of the players that are going to be playing. And obviously it has to be 2s because the ones was played earlier. So big game. Is Rory about to get that?
Who only time will tell, but 8 shots to 2. That is just ridiculous in a 3v3 game. I know.
I want to say one thing, by the way.
Yeah.
These guys who are about to play each other, that I believe are about to play each other, by the way. You probably know because you're the streamer.
I do, but I don't remember.
Okay. I believe it's Certs and Johnzer, so Visitu versus Mali Artemis. They played each other in league play. Certs and Johnzer took them down 2-1. It's going to be close. It's going to be a hell of a game.
It is. Flood played very well with Certs earlier, but you'd arguably say with the amount of game time recently, plus his mechanics, Johnson probably is a better fit for this 2s team, but you gotta remember, Artemis is a better 2s player than Rory as well, so it'll be interesting to see. Does he work better? We'll have to wait and find out. But straight away, Artemis bringing that aggression he loves to bring. Johnzer gonna try for the corner read, but decides to back out. Gets a nice low 50 there. The ball spews out the sidewall. That's a lovely pass in field by Mali, but Artemis.
Nerves.
The nerves are hidden in, but to be fair, Rob, it is. It's not even match point. It's not series point. It's championship point right now, Rob, for the favour of Saints. And you'd have to say nerves are obviously going to play a bit of a part there, as we're seeing everyone miss the ball right now.
No, you're right. I mean, look, it'll be the same for you when you're playing Superstar. It'll be the same for me when I'm playing Shooting Star. Nerves will be a factor when you get down to whenever the championship point in this series is. It's just the way it is. But I have to say, so far, Wolfhounds are looking very shaky. Artemis is a very aerial-based player as well. That's why I don't think 2 suits him. Rory isn't as much of an aerial player. That's why I think Rory might be better in 2s than Artemis. But we'll find out.
Oh, we see the long shot opportunity, and Johnzer scores, gives the Saints the goal lead right now.
Win?
I was
just linked the script, guys.
Link the script. I want to say the win, but I'm going to change my mind to winning the game for potential championship point. It is championship point for the championship. We're trying to make it sound fancy. We're going all tennis style around, but you know, all that. But we're not going to ignore Mali there. That was a rather poor defense from Mali. It's just a straight at him, but not enough boost. Maybe a bit too far forward. Only time. We'll only have to maybe go back and find that out. But
I want to see Artemis here taking more touches of the ball in terms of like not giving the ball away. He's just banging the ball away like his 3s, and it works for him in 3s to a certain level. Like in Champo, it'll work against a lot of the shitter players, but like right now he needs to actually catch the ball and like use it instead of like just putting Mali in a situation where Mali has to defend straight away afterwards. You know, now like look, Mali's been playing poor, and I have to say John's are stepped up, especially, and I think Ryan's right. Kind of since his internet stopped like being terrible, he has actually been kind of good, to be honest. So
like when you're a mechanics-based player and not as much game sense, if the ball is just spewing around the whole time and you're struggling to kind of read the ball or kind of position yourself anyway, it's going to be very difficult, especially if you're lagging. But half the game gone. The Saints winning this championship right now by 1 goal to nothing for the Wolfhounds, and that's brilliant by Certs. He has just been absolutely phenomenal today, Rob. Like,
he's been the best player on the field by an absolute mile. I mean, like, I kind of want to give it to Flood because Flood's kind of impressed me a bit more than I expected. But
I am of that
like, genuine, and like John's stepped up, but like you're right. Like this Certs fella is different gravy. He would not be out of place in Shooting Star from what I can see.
I wouldn't necessarily. It's a very close race between him and Flood, I'd say, because Flood, compared to standards or compared to what we expect, Flood has been phenomenal. But not that we necessarily expect it from Certs, but as a first rounder and very highly picked as he was, you would nearly expect it for him to be. You kind of nearly expect Mali to be a bit doing as Certs is now, but that's a close opportunity from Johnzer to try and triple the lead there. But triple lead, get 3 goals to the good, but can't find the target. Artemis trying to look for the bump. Mali has no boost. He was playing for the miss, but only
Oh no.
That's a dive by last man. Is it open? I
Oh,
made
he's
it.
just too good. MVP. That's already done. This one won't even be a debate and stuff. This is done. I think we can both agree this Starts fella is naughty. He's a very good player.
Now,
He's played well all day. Artemis and Mali. I expected Mali to have a bit more, as you say, the X factor, different gravy, the sauce. You know, the I call it the flair, the creativity. He's shown absolutely nothing so far.
The
To
shallow
be honest,
sauce,
in
as
most
some
of the
call it.
series. So yeah, well, that's more defensive sauce when you're like making crazy saves, I would say. But yeah.
now I don't know if the MVP is entirely decided based off Artemis being in no man's land and him just tapping in an open net, but you know, we'll leave that up to be decided. As you see, Wolfhounds, it's not over until it's not. Oh, that needed to go in. That needed to go in. Off the crossbar, back down, ricochets off. The ball is put forward.
It's gonna be a goal.
It's
No,
not.
it's not,
He
okay.
can't get to it. You're Rob really sounded a bit too happy there for the Wolfhounds to be
I was just
losing.
laughing at how cruel rocketing is as a game sometimes.
It's very cruel. Considering how confident Wolfhounds were before the series, they have been hit with a very, very harsh reality check, Rob. Very harsh.
I have to say, I think this might be Ryan's greatest win as a manager. The disaster he had with this org, with this not with the org, but with this team. We'll come back to that in a second, I guess, but we'll come back to that point in a minute. But you tell us that there's a chance they might actually lose. So
40 seconds left. It's still entirely possible. But if the Saints can win this, it would be within, I'd say, their top two, if not top three, definitely top two moments of all time for Ryan. Obviously, that BO9 reverse sweep in All-Star has to be talked about many a time. But the question is, Rob, if Wolfhounds don't get 2 goals in the next 30 seconds, as we might see one here, it's off the crossbar!
Artemis, where are you?
Oh,
Artemis.
that's it. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. That's it. That is it. That is over. Saints are your champions. They will be. Well, there's 19 seconds left. It's not confirmed, but the question is, Rob, has Rory bottled this final so hard that the sack is definitely coming?
At the end of the day, they lost one of the threes games, probably. Not definitely. I don't think they lost. They weren't necessarily going to win it because Saints have won out of threes games today, but they lost one of them because Mali disconnected. So there is an asterisk, but I have to say this is Ryan's greatest wins. I would. Well, is it better than his reverse sweep?
I would, based on the pure storyline of a reverse sweep, Rob. I don't think you can.
But like this team has literally had like was it their second round or first round of leave? Starts couldn't communicate for half the season. Ryan literally had to do the scheduling for them. It was such a pain for Ryan. Like he was literally like he wasn't crying or anything, but like I could tell like he was just so annoyed and so like stressed with having to deal with this team, and they've come out as champions. Like this is crazy.
This is unbelievable. Maybe Rory being a bit too confident didn't play into their favor this series, but you have to say Jonzer stepping up magnificently, Flood showing that beautiful experience we all know he has over the years, and Certs really showing why he probably shouldn't have been in this tier in the first place. He was absolutely unbelievable, and 5-3 winners of your Ascending Star champions are the Saints. We get a big congratulations to the Saints as your new Ascending Star champions, and obviously commiserations to the Wolfhounds, and more importantly to Rory. That one will have to sting very hard. And do you have any words about this, Rob?
Well, like the reality is, like I know Rory, so he's gonna point to that game that they had the disconnect in, and that's fine. But honestly, Starts was the best player in the field by quite some margin. Mali, Artemis, and Rory were all suffering from nerves. I feel bad for the Cavs at Stevie's house right now because they're probably going to get a bait from Artemis after that performance. So, yeah, I don't know, not good. Yeah, I think Mali in particular suffered really bad from nerves in that series. Not the same kind of like everyone's been hyping him up lately. And Mali's a good guy, but I'm not sure he's that good, and that showed there. They struggled. What did they do in threes? So they went 2 and 2 in threes today, right? One of them arguable. It was an internet issue. But like Jonzer stepped up. Do you know, he lost the ones, but he won that one there. And honestly, like it's just GG's. Yeah, I don't know, Dave, but what do you think? I think Cert's by far best player. Like, brilliant. I know he was the first round pick, but genuinely, he was like so dominant. Like, he made John's and Flood's life easier.
Can you repeat that question? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying, for me, Cert's his MVP because he made Flood and John's job so much easier. He was just solid, very good.
I think it's very close. Certs might edge it. Maybe it was a bit expected how he played. I don't know. Something about Flood is calling though, in my opinion. Flood, like, as he always says, Rob, he is the best. As you could picture that accent. You could hear that accent in your head right now. That beautiful accent from Flood that we
But
always
ages
love
since
to.
I've spoken Flood, so I can't remember. But I'm going to assume it's some kind of Donegal accent
Just a
anyway. So.
Donegal accent of him just screaming, "I'm the best" in his little accent. But it is. It's Rocket League can be cruel at the best of times, but it can also produce magical storylines, as RLIS always does, and the Saints have certainly done that. Any final parting comments? Anyone before?
Not really. I mean, look, guys can enjoy the 45 euro. It's 15 quid each. Enough to buy you. I mean, it probably won't buy you a meal these days. It'll probably buy you a takeaway, but not an actual meal out in a restaurant. But maybe a takeaway once it's not from like Bunsen or something. But yeah, they can enjoy that. They can be very happy with it. Commiserations to Wolfhounds. I'm not sure any of the teams in this tier were genuinely good enough, but you know what? Saints survived the gauntlet. Ryan's going to be happy. He's definitely not going to get sacked now because he's managed to win it. One of the tiers, which arguably the team that probably shouldn't have won. And yeah, that's it. I mean, other than that, again, thanks to Sam, LTX Academy, for sponsoring us. He's kind of part of the reason as to why we were able to put that kind of prize pool together. Because, as you guys know, we're still recovering financially from some difficult years. So yeah, give us some support on the Patreon if you're looking for good content. We put out content nearly every week, whether it's a podcast between myself and Redport, which is probably going up this week, player spotlights, championship tier lists, premier tier lists, etc. There's always something there. So yeah, and it's just a way for you guys to help us out because without your help, we can't really keep running these things, you know. So that's it. Yeah, that's it, Dev.
So, yeah. Well, just nice parting words by our lovely admin Enron himself. I'm not exactly sure of the next final, particularly in times, but if you keep an eye out in the Discord and on Twitter or X, sorry, and Blue Sky, we will be posting updates as to when the next finals are happening, and we'll hopefully be getting a stream for each one of them. So I have been streaming today, casting last series. I'm Dealage. Again, thank you very much to Captain Pudding and for Enron for casting both series there. I know, Rob, you had to step out for very important reasons a while ago, but I very much appreciate you coming back, so I didn't have to solo cast this entire final. It was nice, so that I wasn't the only one giving a bit of stick to Rory. But we'll have to be easy on him for a day or so, Rob. But we'll just see
I
how.
won't. It's not going to be easy on him. He's not getting it from me. He's already offline on Discord because he knows he'd be getting absolutely abused. That was shambles from him. But anyway.
And most importantly, obviously you already thanked Sam, but we got most importantly, thank you, the community. None of this could happen without you. So thank you to everyone for joining in, and keep an eye out, and we'll hopefully have another stream again for you very soon. Take care. Have a nice night.